सर इसको लगा देना.
So we have the blessings of the Honourable Ministers and all our distinguished dignitaries who have been a source of inspiration, motivation towards this program which we are taking. And as mentioned, this program is under the umbrella of the National Health Mission. So at the outset, I would now like to request Shri Nunu Jalani, Joint Secretary Policy, who is in charge of the National Health Mission, for his opening remarks.
Honorable Union Health and Family Welfare Minister, Government of India, Honorable Minister of State, Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Government of India, the DHS, Dr. Prasad, Dr. Guleria, Additional Secretary Health, Mr. Sanjeeva, Mr. Renva, distinguished guests from the states, my colleagues in the ministry, representatives from development partners. It's indeed a great privilege for me to welcome you all on this momentous occasion. Now, if you look at it, it's only going to be a training of master trainers which is going to be initiated today, about 100 of them from different parts of the country who are going to be trained. We are also going to release various training modules. But it is momentous because of the significance of this program. When taken to scale, this program will touch 50 crore people. We are going to, through the master trainers trained today, and then through a cascade model, we are going to be reaching to almost doctors in over 5,000 PHCs, over 25,000, over 5,000 CHCs, over 25,000 PHCs, the ANMs over 1.5 lakh sub-health centers, and nearly 1 million ASHAs. We are all aware that the ministry recently got this National Health Policy 2017 approved. One of the critical focus there is in terms of prevention, health promotion, and primary health care. If you look at the Sustainable Development Goal 3, again, one of the key focuses has been in terms of prevention and control of NCDs. If you're aware, the NCD burden has been increasing in terms of, if you measure in terms of disability adjusted life years, in terms of premature mortality, and in terms of less than good health, living with a disease, the contribution of NCDs has been consistently growing, and we have too much of premature mortality and morbidity. This program will help us both in terms of primary prevention and secondary prevention. So this is going to yield better health outcomes, better developmental outcomes at a much lower cost. And to that extent, we will also be able to reduce the burden on our tertiary care facilities, and it's also going to save a lot of money. I mean, as per one estimation of World Economic Forum, India is to lose nearly $4.58 trillion between 2012 to 2030 just on account of NCDs. So we realize, when in terms of not only the health part, but in terms of economic impact of the program that we are going to launch. Now this is very different from the opportunistic screening which has been so far part of NPCDCS, and we are moving now to universal screening for all 30 population plus on 5 major NCDs, hypertension, diabetes, and 3 common cancers, and COPD will soon be added to this. I must take this opportunity to first thank all representatives from states, or nodal officers, or master trainers, both of staff nurses as well as of the doctors, who have a huge responsibility in terms of uh, capturing and assimilating the knowledge and skills and then effectively transmitting it down the cascade. I must also thank these guidelines that have been developed. We are sharing those four training modules for ASHAs, A&M staff nurses and doctors. These have been developed in consultation with technical experts from institutions like AIMS, from research institutions like ICPO, and also inputs from various teaching and nursing institutions. I thank all of them for their contribution. I wish the launch of these training modules and the initiation of the TOT program a great success. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting how important this training program is for the master trainers who, after having acquired the skills and the competencies, then have the responsibility to train the other service providers who are going to be then moving to the field and making an impact. Thank you very much, sir. And now requesting Additional Secretary Health, Shri Sanjeeva Kumar, who has been helping in implementing the various interventions towards the prevention and control of NCDs for his remarks.
Honorable Minister, Health and Family Welfare, Shri J.P. Nadda sir, MOS, Madam Anupriya Patel ji, DGHS, Dr. Prasad, Director AIMS, Dr. Guleria, Shri Manoj Jalani, Shri Navdeep Binoa, officials of the ministry, and participants who have come from many states and UTs. As Manoj has rightly pointed out, this is a momentous event, and I am very happy to be a part of this momentous event. NCD has emerged as a very important public health issue. It is estimated that about 60% of the deaths which are taking place in India are because of NCDs. And more important, about 35% of such deaths are below 60 years age. Besides the issue of premature mortality, the issue of morbidity and premature disability are also very crucial to NCD. We have been paying a lot of attention to communicable diseases for a very long time. They are episodic, there are outbreaks which receive immediate attention of healthcare providers, of the media, of the civil society groups. But this is one area which is an important concern, has not received the requisite attention. But as we are aware, in 2010, we launched the National Program for Prevention and Control of Cancer, Diabetes and Cardiovascular Diseases and Stroke. And our strategy is to focus on awareness generation for lifestyle changes, screening, early diagnosis and management of persons with NCDs or risk factors. As on date, NCD cells have been established in all the 36 states and UTs and 390 district headquarters for program management. The program is being upscaled to cover all the districts of the country. Till March 2017, 388 NCD clinics at district hospitals and 2,115 NCD clinics at community health centers are functional under the program for provision of diagnostic and treatment services for common NCDs for those who attend these clinics. As on date, 133 cardiac care units for emergency cardiac care and 82 day care centers for cancer chemotherapy are functioning in identified districts of the country. These are the matters of detail, but this event, which is where we are going to train representatives from state governments, both doctors and paramedics. And this is the first phase of training, is very crucial because ultimately it will lead to population-based screening at the grassroots level, which is very crucial as pointed out by Mr. Jalani. So I won't take long. I wish this event all success, and there are more such events to follow, which will give us a very robust mechanism to address this concern of NDC at the grassroots level. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting certain facts and figures which bring to fore the alarming situation of NCDs which is there in the country, and towards that the importance of this training. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Director General of Health Services is the technical wing of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, and we have the Director General of Health Services, Dr. Jagdish Prasad, present with us. We now seek his views and his guidance for the effective implementation of the program. Requesting Professor Dr. Jagdish Prasad.
सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। स्वास्थ्य मंत्री श्री जगत प्रसन्न नड्डा साहब, मैडम अनुप्रिया पटेल जी और संजीव कुमार एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी, डॉक्टर श्री मनोज जलानी जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी हेल्थ, डॉक्टर रणदीप गुलेरिया डायरेक्टर एम्स, डॉक्टर त्रिनावा looking after the NCD Joint Secretary Health, all the delegates, officer from Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, Ministry of officer from Directorate, हमारे सारे जो ANM मेडिकल ऑफिसर जो दूसरे स्टेट से आए हुए हैं, मैं आप लोग को बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज हमारे मंत्री महोदय एक जो ट्रेनिंग मॉडल आप लोग को देने जा रहे हैं, और इसमें आप लोग को बहुत ही वाइटल रोल प्ले करना पड़ेगा। आप लोग को उसके पहले मैं आप लोग को इसकी इम्पोर्टेंस बताना चाहता हूँ। इम्पोर्टेंस ये है कि आज हमारे देश में जो नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज है, जो डिजीज एक आदमी से दूसरे आदमी में नहीं जा सकता, तो उसको हम लोग नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज बोलते हैं। वो है डायबिटीज, जिसको शुगर की बीमारी कहते हैं, ब्लड प्रेशर, हाइपरटेंशन कहते हैं, कैंसर, रेस्पिरेटरी डिजीज जिसको लंग का प्रॉब्लम, अस्थमा लंग का प्रॉब्लम कहते हैं, और कभी कभी ब्रेन स्ट्रोक्स, और चौथा जो हमारे देश में बहुत ही कॉमन है वो है रोमैटिक हार्ट डिजीज, जिसको हो जाने के बाद लोगों को हार्ट की बीमारी हो जाती है, हार्ट वाल्व खराब हो जाता है। लेकिन आज हम लोग जो लॉन्च करने जा रहे हैं वो आपको ये बताने जा रहे हैं कि हाइपरटेंशन जो ब्लड प्रेशर की बीमारी है और डायबिटीज है, अगर हम इसको स्क्रीन करके शुरू से इलाज करना शुरू कर दें तो बहुत बीमारियों से हम बच सकते हैं। इसलिए स्क्रीनिंग का प्रोग्राम को रखा गया है। अगर ब्लड प्रेशर आज आप देखें कि हमारे देश में हर स्टेट में हम लोगों ने स्क्रीनिंग जब किया 100 डिस्ट्रिक्टों में, तो पता चला कि किसी स्टेट में जो ब्लड प्रेशर की बीमारी है वो 15 से 20% है। लोग दवा खाते हैं, दवा छोड़ देते हैं। तो ये आप लोग को ये 2 दिन का जो वर्कशॉप आप लोग को रखा गया है, उसमें आप बताया जाएगा कि किस लेवल तक ब्लड प्रेशर की जब तकलीफ हो जाए तो आपको उसको डॉक्टर के पास रेफर करना है। उनके नाम को आपको मेंशन करना है कि इस गांव से इस लोग आए हैं, और अगर अच्छा हो आप उसको आधार कार्ड से भी जोड़ दें ताकि उसको फ्यूचर में हम लोग फॉलो अप कर सकें। उसी तरह से आपको डायबिटीज के टेस्ट करने के लिए स्टिक दिया जाएगा, और उसको टेस्ट करके आप कोशिश करें कि फास्टिंग कर लें। अगर फास्टिंग ना भी करें, रैंडम करें, तो रैंडम का एक लेवल होता है, वो आपको बताया जाएगा कि कितना लेवल तक आप एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं। और ख़ास करके अगर आप जब इन लोग को टेस्ट कर रहे हैं तो उसमें आप फैमिली हिस्ट्री जरूर लें, क्योंकि बहुत सी बीमारियां जो है प्री डायबिटिक कंडीशन, प्री हाइपरटेंशन कंडीशन, जैसे बॉर्डर लाइन है, आपको लगा कि इसको तो बॉर्डर लाइन है, इसको डॉक्टर के पास भेजेंगे नहीं भेजेंगे, लेकिन बॉर्डर लाइन जो डायबिटीज है, बॉर्डर लाइन हाइपरटेंशन है, उन मरीजों को भी आपको डॉक्टर के पास भेजना होगा, क्योंकि दे आर इन लोग जो है काफ़ी सस्पेक्टेबल होते हैं कि इन लोग को डायबिटीज या हाइपरटेंशन फ्यूचर में हो जाए। आपको बताना चाहूँगा कि आज हमारे देश में 63% जो मौत होती है इन्हीं नॉन कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज से होती है, और ये डिजीज हमारे देश में बढ़ता जा रहा है। अगर आप कैंसर की बात लें तो हमारे देश में हर साल करीब 15 लाख कैंसर की बीमारियाँ होती हैं, और उस 15 लाख में आप समझिए कि 7 से 8 लाख लोग मर जाते हैं। और ये पाया गया, हमने देखा है अपने लाइफ में कि सिर्फ 12 से 12.5% ही लोग कैंसर के इनिशियल स्टेज में आ पाते हैं, और वो जो लोग आ जाते हैं उनकी लाइफ बिल्कुल नॉर्मल हो जाती है। हम लोग जैसे कहते हैं कि ब्रेस्ट कैंसर, अगर ब्रेस्ट कैंसर को हम स्टेज 1 में डिटेक्ट कर लें, देख लें, पता कर लें कि इसको ब्रेस्ट कैंसर है, तो हम मेडिकली इसको बोल सकते हैं कि ये मरीज कंप्लीटली क्योर हो गया। तो आप ये समझ लीजिए कि कैंसर की स्क्रीनिंग क्यों इम्पोर्टेंट है, क्योंकि अगर आप इनिशियल स्टेज में इसको डिटेक्ट कर लें तो उसकी पूरी तरह से इलाज हो सकता है। आप ये जरूर सवाल करेंगे कि इसको प्रिवेंशन क्यों नहीं किया जा सकता। यस, हमें प्रिवेंशन भी बात करेंगे, आपको जब ट्रेनिंग दिया जाएगा तो प्रिवेंशन भी बात करेंगे, क्योंकि आज हमारे देश में लंग कैंसर जो फेफड़े का कैंसर कहलाता है, और सर्वाइकल कैंसर, माउथ कैंसर, माउथ का कैंसर, मुंह का कैंसर, ये अगर दोनों को मिला दिया जाए तो 30% कैंसर इन लोग ही करता है लेडीज में। और ओवरऑल अगर आप देखें तो ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का नंबर 1 है, उसके बाद हमारा माउथ कैंसर आता है, और थर्ड में हमारा सर्वाइकल कैंसर आता है। और ये देखा गया है कि रूरल पॉपुलेशन में, खास करके रूरल पॉपुलेशन में 70 से 80% महिलाओं को सर्वाइकल कैंसर होती है। और लेकिन अगर ओवरऑल पिक्चर देखते हैं तो ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का नंबर 1 आ जाता है, और एक ऐसा कैंसर है जिसको अगर आदमी अवेयरनेस हो तो खुद डिटेक्ट कर सकता है, खुद समझ सकता है। इसमें जो भी हमारे स्टाफ नर्स, ANM और डॉक्टर इसको ट्रेनिंग लेके आए हैं, और जो आप ट्रेनिंग लेने जा रहे हैं, एक ऐसा सिंपल मेथड है जिससे आप इसको रिपीट कर सकते हैं, और जिसको करने से आप निकाल सकते हैं कि कौन सा कैंसर का पेशेंट है, कौन सा डायबिटीज का है, कौन सा हाइपरटेंशन का है, और इसको अप्रोप्रिएट डॉक्टर के पास डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में रेफर करें। और वो डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल को हम लोगों ने टर्शरी केयर, जहाँ पर कैंसर का इलाज हो सकता है, उन लोगों से हमने जोड़ने की कोशिश किया है। तो ये नहीं कि आपने डिटेक्ट कर लिया तो इलाज के लिए कहाँ जाए, तो हम लोग ये कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि हर डिस्ट्रिक्ट को एक टर्शरी केयर से जोड़ दें, जहाँ पर अगर उसका पता चल जाए कि इसकी ब्रेस्ट कैंसर की बीमारी है, या सर्वाइकल कैंसर की बीमारी है, माउथ कैंसर की बीमारी है, तो उसकी प्रॉपरली इलाज हो सकता है। तो यदि आपके दिमाग में आता हो कि हम लोग स्क्रीनिंग तो कर दिए, मरीज जाएगा था, तो वो भी आपको बताया जाएगा कि ये मरीज को कहाँ भेजना है, जिससे उसकी हम लोग डिजीज को कंफर्म कर सकें। आपको इतना करना है कि सस्पेक्शन करना है। जैसे हम आपको एक छोटी सी बात बताते हैं, यदि हम लोगों ने करीब 40 करोड़ हाउस टू हाउस लेप्रोसी को सर्च किया, जिसमें हमने सस्पिशन आप लोगों की मदद से, आशा और मेल वर्कर की मदद से ही हम लोगों ने उसमें करीब 3 लाख सस्पिशन लोगों को निकाला, और 3 लाख सस्पिशन लोग को जब टेस्ट किया तो उसमें हमें 40,000 लेप्रोसी का पेशेंट मिले। और ये लेप्रोसी के पेशेंट को अगर हम इलाज नहीं करते तो ये दूसरे को भी फैलाते। इसलिए आप लोग को जो हम स्क्रीनिंग कर रहे हैं, मैं नहीं कह रहे कि आप पूरा डॉक्टर हैं, लेकिन आपका सहयोग रहेगा तो जो छिपा हुआ हाइपरटेंशन है, जो छिपा हुआ डायबिटीज है, जो कि लास्ट स्टेज में आता है, उसको हम पहले से पता कर सकें और उसकी पूरी तरह से इलाज कर सकें। तो इसलिए आपको जो ट्रेनिंग 2 दिन का दिया जाएगा, ये बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण ट्रेनिंग है, जिसको हमारे मंत्री महोदय उस मॉडल को आज इनॉग्रेट करेंगे, जिसकी आपको ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी। और कोई भी आपको सवाल हो, उससे जो भी आपको यहाँ प्रशिक्षण दे रहे हैं उनसे आप बात कर लें। यहाँ से जाने के बाद, ट्रेनिंग लेने के बाद अपने साथियों को भी ट्रेन करेंगे, और इसको पूरे देश में, जैसे कि श्री मनोज जलानी जी बोल रहे थे कि हम लोग 50 करोड़ लोगों को, देश के 50 करोड़ लोगों को स्क्रीनिंग कर सकें और उसमें से निकाल सकें कि कितने पेशेंट कैंसर के हैं, कितने पेशेंट डायबिटीज के, हाइपरटेंशन के हैं। क्योंकि अगर इसको शुरू से इलाज किया जाए तो जो कॉस्ट आता है, बाद में जो कॉस्ट आते हैं, जैसे डायबिटीज अगर इलाज ना करें तो रीनल फेलियर हो जाता है, कोरोनरी आर्टरी डिजीज हो जाती है, ब्रेन स्ट्रोक हो जाता है, पैर काटने पड़ जाते हैं। लेकिन अगर इसका इलाज हो दिया जाए तो ये सारी जो कॉम्प्लिकेशन है ये अवॉइड किया जा सकता है। उसी तरह से हाइपरटेंशन का अगर आप इलाज कर दें तो कार्डियोमायोपैथी, ब्रेन हार्ट ट्रांसप्लांट नहीं करना पड़ेगा, हार्ट डिजीज से लोग नहीं मरेंगे, और ब्रेन स्ट्रोक जो आदमी को इम्बोलिज्म हो जाता है ब्रेन में या ब्रेन में ब्लीडिंग हो जाती है, वो नहीं हो पाएगा। तो आप लोगों को बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट रोल अदा करना है और इसको अच्छी तरह से समझ लेना। जहाँ भी आपको समझ में नहीं आए, हमारे जो डॉक्टर आपको ट्रेनिंग देने आए हैं वो समझाएंगे। और ये ट्रेनिंग एक बार ट्रेनिंग दे दें तो इसको दोबारा नहीं कर सकते, इसको दोबारा नहीं करेंगे। और इसको इस तरह से बनाया गया है कि जिसको आप एक पेज में पढ़ के समझ लें कि सर्वाइकल कैंसर का स्क्रीनिंग कैसे किया जा सकता है, ब्रेस्ट कैंसर का स्क्रीनिंग कैसे किया जा सकता है, माउथ कैंसर का स्क्रीनिंग कैसे किया जा सकता है। इन शब्दों के साथ मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ आप लोगों से कि आप लोग इसमें हमें योगदान देंगे ताकि हम देश में इस डिजीज को अर्ली ट्रीट करके लोगों को ठीक कर सकें। धन्यवाद।
सर बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपके विचारों के लिए और इस ट्रेनिंग के बारे में हमें अधिक जानकारी देने के लिए। साथ साथ NCDs को कंट्रोल करने का क्या महत्व, क्या इम्पोर्टेंस है, एज इट ऑल्सो हैज़ अ लॉट ऑफ सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक इम्पैक्ट ऑन दी सोसाइटी एंड हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट दिस ट्रेनिंग इज टुवर्ड्स दैट। Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Honorable Minister of State, Health, Srimati Anupriya Patel, who has been very energetically and enthusiastically guiding these interventions towards the prevention and control of NCDs. So we now seek her views and her reflections. Requesting the Honorable Minister of State, Srimati Anupriya Patel, now for her address.
Honorable Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare, Shri J.P. Nadda ji. On the dais with him, Dr. Jagdish Prasad, Shri Sanjeev Kumar, Dr. Randeep Guleria ji, Shri Navdeep Renwa ji, Shri Manoj Jalani. Ladies and gentlemen, it's indeed a pleasure for me to be here today at an occasion where we hold this training for the master trainers who would be entrusted with the task of carrying out the population-based screening for NCDs as well as common cancers. You've heard many of our speakers today. Almost everybody said that for a long time we focused and concentrated our attention and efforts towards the communicable diseases. However, today we all realize that the threat from the communicable diseases has almost become negligible. And on the other hand, the NCDs are on a continuous rise and the challenge and the threat is going on increasing. And worldwide, it is very unfortunate to quote that NCDs have become a leading cause of death. And even in India, the situation is not very different. I'm told 98 lakhs people are dying because of NCDs every year in our country. And this accounts for almost 60% of the total deaths which are taking place in the nation. If I talk to you in terms of figures, 7 crore people in the country are today suffering from diabetes. And another 7 to 8 crores people are suffering from cardiovascular diseases. Not just this, we add 13 lakh new cases of cancer patients every year. And as many as 6 lakh cancer patients are dying also every year. So you can well imagine how grave the situation is and what exactly is the magnitude of the problem. It's also established today that the non-communicable diseases, the cancers, they're all lifestyle generated. And because they're lifestyle generated, it also goes to say that they are preventable with the slightest modification, slightest change in our lifestyle. So the question arises, what exactly are the risk factors when we talk about lifestyle? It's not just one, it's many. Inadequate physical activity, unhealthy diet, use of tobacco, alcohol, and such other factors. So what we need to do is to create an awareness about these risk factors, and here's where we need the involvement of not just the government departments, but also local bodies, mass media, civil societies, NGOs, community resource persons. Almost everybody has to contribute. I'm glad that the Food Safety Standards Authority of India has already put in place regulations to ban the sale of food items which are high in content of sugar, salt, or fats, etc. near the schools for children. And it's even made it mandatory to mention the composition and ingredients of food items on the packaging so that every consumer virtually knows what he or she is consuming. And that's inevitably his or her right. So we know that we are actually what we are taking inside our body is appropriate or it is inappropriate. It's good or it's bad for our health. And that's not just the only thing which is being done, we're doing a lot more. We've established NCD cells at the state and district headquarters for program management, and service delivery is being carried out at the NCD clinics, which are situated within the district hospitals and even at the community health centers. So what we were doing till now was optimistic screening. But now, henceforth, what we would be engaging in is population-based screening. The idea behind this is that we have to make a conscious effort to reach out every village, every household, every person, every family, and somehow motivate them to create changes in their lifestyle patterns so that the incidences of these NCDs, they fall, they decline, and we are able to deal with this challenge in an effective manner. So this is a noble mission of the Government of India, wherein we intend to involve all our field level healthcare functionaries like ASHAs, ANMs, our medical officers. Many of you are here. We've already circulated the operational guidelines to the state, and this is a program which we want to take forward in a phased manner. And so we have selected, for the first phase, we've selected 100 districts out of all the 36 states and union territories. And many of you are here today. All I hope is that you have a huge responsibility of grasping, capturing the knowledge, the skills, the techniques, the ideas, the concept, which is going to be given to you over this 2 to 3 days long training program, and you are able to transmit these ideas to your other team members, or I would say the other healthcare functionaries in the states when you get back to the states and union territories. So I just hope that you make meaningful gains and you are further ready to contribute. You also have to have the responsibility of taking forward this noble mission which directly relates to the health of the nation. We want our people to be more and more healthy. I am just wanting to say one last thing, that we have immense faith in your potential, and we believe that you will be instrumental in fulfilling and realizing the vision of health for all by our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji. So I wish you all the best. I hope the training program changes you and gives you and equips you with all the capacity and potential which is required to take this program to the grassroots level. And with this, I would like to conclude. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, ma'am, for your very encouraging message and highlighting the intent, the vision, the mission which the government has behind the screening program which has been initiated. And towards that, the importance of the training of the master trainers and all of you present here towards making it more impactful and having the desired health outcomes from it. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be having the series of releases, which are basically the training resource material, the training tools, and the awareness campaigns. So we first have the release of the training manuals for the primary healthcare team, that is for the frontline health workers, the ASHA workers and ANMs, and then the facility-based service providers, namely the staff nurses, and for the medical officers. I would like to request the Honourable Minister, Shri J.P. Nadda ji, to please release these 4 manuals. They are going to be released one by one. We have now for the medical officers, these manuals, ladies and gentlemen, as they are being released, the 4 manuals, they have been prepared under the expert advice and guidance of various academic and technical experts. Specific training and guidelines have been spelled out for each of the service provider in the form of the training manuals. Right now, we have the training manual for the medical officers. And now the release of the training manual for the staff nurses. Training instructions, guidelines have been spelled out for each of the service provider. And especially for the ANMs and for the ASHA workers, we have it both in English and Hindi. दोनों माध्यम के द्वारा ये गाइडेंस एंड इंस्ट्रक्शंस है इन मैनुअल्स में। और अब आशा वर्कर्स के लिए मैन्युअल। This is again in Hindi and English. The release of various IEC material. These are again training material, training aids and awareness aids. Under this, we first have the release of 2 flip books. Now, these books are again in Hindi and English, and they're being right now requesting the Honorable Minister to please release them. They're being released together, both in Hindi and English. Meanwhile, on your screens, we would also like to show all these releases which are happening of the IEC material in the form of a PPT. Can we have the PPT also on the screen, please? These books which are being right now released here, as I said, in Hindi as well as in English, these can be used by our frontline health workers towards sensitizing people, towards creating awareness among the people about the disease, the various risk factor, and then the preventive and the control measures. Further, we now have the release of 4 posters. So there's a lot of material which is being extended for all of you, which is going to be aiding you towards taking this message, further training the service providers. These are 4 posters. We have 2 posters on the role of health workers. ये हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों में हैं। The second poster is on the steps to be followed for universal screening and control for common NCDs by ASHA workers and by ANMs. And the 4th poster is that's the NCD management leaflet. Now this is basically for the patients, and it has the step-by-step information for the patients how to manage diabetes and high blood pressure. So there are 4 posters right now which have been released. Thank you to the Honorable Minister and all the dignitaries. Further, ladies and gentlemen, we are actually now in an era of ICT and social media, and the ministry has been leveraging on social media earlier also to take the message to the people towards creating more awareness. And once again, we are using this platform, and through this, every person, every citizen can be an influencer, impactor, and a change agent towards creating this awareness. So we now have the launch of this Contents for Social Media campaign, Chalo Banaye Swasth Bharat. I would like to request the Honorable Minister, Shri J.P. Nadda ji, to please also now launch the content for the social media campaign, Chalo Banaye Swasth Bharat, by pressing the remote. These are right now, further we having these pledge cards which are there by all of our distinguished dignitaries. This is a message, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be posted on their individual Facebook pages. The messages going from our distinguished dignitaries, from the honorable ministers, as well as the other senior dignitaries and representatives from the Ministry of Health. To the people, these are pledge cards, and these are going to be posted on their individual Facebook page. And as you can see, our volunteers are in fact helping our ministers and distributors to post these messages. These are messages by our ministers and dignitaries towards creating awareness, sensitizing. And now may I request the Honourable Minister, please press also the remote as we launch the content for the social media campaign. Chalo Banaye Swasth Bharat. और जैसे कि कहा गया, हम सभी की ये कोशिश होनी चाहिए कि हम अपना सहयोग दे सके, योगदान दे सके एक स्वस्थ भारत की रचना करने की तरफ। और ये कैंपेन जो यहाँ पर अभी माननीय मंत्री जी ने लॉन्च किया, ये संदेश को आगे लेके जाता है और साथ साथ जो प्लेज कार्ड्स भी उसके माध्यम से भी हमारे माननीय मंत्रियों ने, हमारे अधिकारीगण ने इस मैसेज को, इस संदेश को जनता तक ले जाने के लिए सोशल मीडिया का इस्तेमाल करते हुए, जिससे मैक्सिमम आउटरीच हो, मैक्सिमम इम्पैक्ट हो सके। Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, as we said, the Honourable Minister is leading this entire initiative, the various interventions. He's been the driving force behind it. So we now seek further inspiration and guidance from the Honourable Minister. I would like to request Shri J.P. Nadda ji for his address.
आज के इस कार्यक्रम में मेरे साथ उपस्थित भारत सरकार में स्वास्थ्य राज्य मंत्री बहन अनुप्रिया पटेल जी, हमारे डायरेक्टर जनरल फॉर हेल्थ सर्विसेज श्री जगदीश प्रसाद जी, डॉक्टर जगदीश प्रसाद जी, हमारे एडिशनल सेक्रेटरी गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया श्री संजीव कुमार जी, हमारे ऑल इंडियंस ऑफ मेडिकल साइंसेज के डायरेक्टर डॉक्टर रणदीप गुलेरिया जी, जॉइंट सेक्रेटरी हमारे मनोज जलाली जी, नवदीप रिंदवा जी, और यहाँ उपस्थित स्वास्थ्य क्षेत्र और स्वास्थ्य जगत से जुड़े हुए सभी वरिष्ठ पदाधिकारी, अधिकारीगण, हमारे साइंटिस्ट, हमारे हेल्थ मूवमेंट को, पब्लिक हेल्थ प्रोग्राम को चलाने वाले सभी डॉक्टर्स, ट्रेनर्स और ट्रेनर्स, और हमारे मीडिया के सभी साथीगण, प्रिंट मीडिया और इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया के साथीगण, आज मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि मैं इस ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम की शुरुआत में, उसकी लॉन्चिंग में अपने आप को शामिल कर पाया हूँ। वैसे ट्रेनिंग प्रोग्राम्स हमारे स्वास्थ्य विभाग के साथ और उसके टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट के साथ एक लगातार चलने वाले प्रोग्राम्स हैं।